Hello, everyone, and welcome to Technogate 1999. We are back, and sorry, it did take us forever to get some things set up. We were waiting for one of our players to see if they'd be showing up, but we are going to continue. Uh, yeah, so this is Technogate 1999 Mage the Ascension tabletop game set in the world of darkness. Today we are just getting back from the digital web and having spoken with Tycho's father about his plan in order to use the nukes in order to bring down the shield surrounding Altered Earth. And so we're going to start off here and just give a little bit of an introduction here. So we've got Technogate Team 42, who is part of a technocracy construct of mages, quote unquote, who have a black hole that allows them to travel throughout the known universe and other dimensions. So let's go ahead and start off here with a little round of introductions. So Tycho, tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
All right, so I am playing Tycho Vance. He is the quote-unquote leader of Technogate 42. Uh, when he was a young child, he grew up kind of as a child of the construct. His mother and father both worked there. His father was the legendary adventurer Buck Samsonite, who disappeared when Tycho was about 8 years old, and his mother is currently and was even at the time in charge of the research and execution division of the technocracy at this construct. So after his father disappeared, he continued to grow up and at some point went on a little adventure with some werewolves around the time that he was 18. He was gone for about 4 to 5 years. And when he got back after that ended in tragedy, his mother got him a job on a Technogate team. He's about 6'1", short blonde hair, and wears a lot of retro futuristic metallic like jumpsuits, and he's always wearing some sort of weird goggles. I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Tycho. And Phaedra, tell us a little bit about your character, what she looks like, and what's going on with this paradox flaw that you have.
So, Phaedra Bennett is a 28-year-old Black female. She's originally from Vegas. She grew up with her single mom, who was a stripper. Tried when she was about 17, 18 to get into college by getting a job. Uh, Her employer that she felt shady about ended up murdering her mother. And on her quest to hunting that man down and searching for answers, she dabbled in occult and scientific works. Found out this man named Muddin was dealing with nefarious things and stumbled across the Technocracy, and that's how she got into this group. Finally succeeded on getting her revenge just recently, and she wears usually a white blouse, black slacks, hair done up. She is a progenitor scientist, scientific, always has a fanny pack with DNA samples and stuff ready to go. She right now currently has a flaw uh, due to a parasite that is inhabiting her that she had ingested because of vampire blood, where she has a +1 difficulty on her perception checks.
Yep, so that's coming from you basically kind of being aware of this weird sentient like or sapient like creature that has infected you. Um, awesome. And Malakai, tell us a little bit about your character and what you look like.
Yeah, Malakai grew up in a military household, enlisted in the Air Force right out of college. Finished that tour, signed up again with the Technocracy. being noted for his power systems and proficiency with firearms. After a couple years working with the Technocracy, he made friends that he shouldn't have in a makerspace. They were reality deviants. Following the investigation, he got cross-promoted over to Technogate Team 42, where he is in charge of security. He is 6 foot tall, generally is wearing jeans and a t-shirt with some sort of jacket. He's got dark hair, dark eyes. And he hasn't cut his hair since he got not demoted, but since that whole
Demoted.
incident. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's Malakai.
Awesome. All right, so we are starting off. We are about June 2nd right now. You guys had just returned from the digital web, kind of learned that your father had a plan to basically use a node that's connected to kind of sneak you through the shield. Since he's the one who kind of built it, he has like a concept of how to kind of get you through. But now you have to reacquire one of the nodes that is powering Altered Earth right now. You guys had just gotten back. You had powered down the node that leads from the digital web. You guys have already powered down the node from the planet of flesh and bone. And you also have been inside of the dreaming. You have not shut down that node, but you know that there's a node there as well. Any 3 of these nodes, you can use the boxes that you have acquired, the 2 boxes you've acquired so far, in order to re-link up a node if you want. Or you can go to a new one, or go back to the dreaming one. There are 2 new ones that have been discovered. There is one inside of the Sahara Desert that just seems to be in the middle of nowhere, but it seems to have a lot of high powerful correspondence and wild kind of magic happening in the area. So if you go to the desert, there isn't much intel. They tried sending drones, they just disappear. And they highly suggest that that's an extremely dangerous, but yet, physically easily accessible. What will happen to you once you walk into the desert is a question. The second thing that you can do is go to the realm that has been, or the dimension that has been found, that was created out of the thoughts and ideas of the Christian religion. And it's a concept of heaven that exists, and it seems to be located in some kind of garden that's located up there. And they can get you a teleportation directly into the garden, but everything, once again, that they send there just kind of disappears. They also suggest that would be an extremely dangerous place to go.
So they're both extremely dangerous?
Yeah, they don't know what, neither one of them, they can't gain any intel on whatsoever. They just believe that the node is located somewhere in that vicinity, and everything kind of points to, probably with all the like inability of them to get any scouting information.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I know I was supposed to do this off stream, but I'm going to buy another dot in willpower. I believe that's 1-to-1, correct?
Yep, so if you're buying the 7th dot, you will cost you 7 experience.
Oh, that's going to cost me 8 then. And my phone's ringing. And then to you guys, actually, question first to the GM. Is it 1 willpower per day of like decent sleep and not working too hard?
You 1 willpower per day, period. If you
Okay.
do something that's in line with your nature during that day, and I will allow you to give me like a little breakdown of what you did during the day. If you want to do downtimes, to double it if you really need to, because you're in some kind of a pinch.
Well, my questing nature will, or demeanor will come into play when we leave. But I'm going to suggest we should at least take a few days here. What do you guys think?
I think
My orders of operation is dependent on which area we're going to first. Are we going to Arizona or are we going to heaven?
I think it was the Sahara, but
Sahara,
yeah,
Arizona.
The place with the desert.
it's a desert. That's all it's
Yeah.
saying.
Because, like, I'm thinking dehydration, I'm thinking camouflage, I'm thinking a lot of animal DNA that I'm going to be stocking up versus heaven. I don't even know where to begin with that.
I gotta say, I'm more intrigued with heaven, but yeah, desert might be an easier one. We also have to gather the equipment because I'm not sure how much you guys remember, but the idea was last time it was either jump into the portal that my dad creates right then, and we have like 5 minutes to gather stuff, or we like build some packs. And I believe he sent us some like a wish list kind of idea.
Yeah, and most of that is just suits and stuff like that. He's built up his own little army of spirits basically that he's gained underneath his control. But he needs more equipment and stuff like that. So any kind of armament, weapons, signal blocking, i.e., wards like level 1, or level 2 warding, that can like block out all of the spheres and stuff like that. Those types of things. Um, Other than that, then he does ask for a portable node, that you guys do have access to one, or a large battery of 100 quiescence.
why not
Well,
both?
then, yeah, both is probably better. Um, would we be taking the ship or just the portal to each one of these?
For both of these, it would be scheduled out for you to take just the portal, or well, you could use the ship to get to the heaven one. You wouldn't, because you're like going to be popping out into like uh, a garden area, like a large garden, but there's the idea of dimensions and whether or not there's enough space, quote unquote, to fit you with the spaceship is questionable on that. The desert, you could take your spaceship, but then you would be beaming down. I mean, either way, you're basically going to be on a ground mission here. For those two, there are other options if you want to not use one of these two to be the connector.
Okay. Well, then my suggestion, and I'll get your guys' opinions on it, would be let's spend at least 2 days gathering the equipment that we need for what my dad needs. You know, get some willpower back, and in the meantime, we'll just research these two places and see if we can get a better idea.
Okay.
What do
That sounds
you
good
think,
to me.
Malakai?
I'm currently
Okay.
leaning towards the desert just because I think I know, I have a better idea of what's going on there, but I'm definitely not set in stone. And I like the plan of taking a couple days and, like you said. So let's do that.
Out of game, GM.
Yep.
Do you have anything slightly racist planned for the desert one?
No.
What do
Okay.
you mean?
It's the Sahara. It's a place
Okay,
where certain
gotcha.
types of people live. I want to make sure that we're not getting into any strange places. Okay, so I'm 50-50 still.
Yeah, I don't plan on involving humans really with the Earth-based ones. So
That definitely doesn't make me nervous.
Right?
All right.
I
So
want some nice swords. And I would like to train with those swords. Because my firearms is gross.
I don't know why you think I would do racist. No, I don't plan on being racist ever. I should.
Well, no, it's just the depiction of indigenous cultures is it can be a tricky thing.
It can be, which is why I'll try and avoid it.
Sand people come to mind from Star Wars.
Yeah. Now, if we go to heaven, just pile on all the bullshit about Christianity. You can be sure we all grew up Christian, so we can shit on it all we want.
I love your double standards. Let's go.
All right, so you guys are taking a couple days of downtime. You're gonna spend that kind of relaxing, getting off your, bleeding off some paradox, possibly, and or just getting back some willpower points because I know a lot of people are pretty low on willpower. You guys gonna take like a week off then?
I was going to say let's start with 2 days because we're still on a time crunch with the whole, spirit nukes. My dad trapped on a creepy ass planet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down for 2 days.
But it's reevaluate in 2 days.
Yep. So
I agree.
after 2 days go by, you guys get 2 willpower back. And any research that you're doing on heaven or the desert, i.e. hell, will, um, will be there's nothing you can really get after 2 days. I mean, pretty well. Okay, it depends. What kind of research, I guess, are you doing? Like, if you're sending drones or anything to like the location, you're not getting back any information. If you're
Well, no, that's
Could I
yeah.
send my pet insurance in? Uh since he's an organic organism that also
So they've sent soldiers in as drones after the drones didn't work, because the progenitors were involved. Like they have progenitor clones and stuff like that, and yeah, they never came back. So I wouldn't. I would.
okay, I'm not gonna send in insurance then.
Yeah, I'm thinking non-technocratic means here. Reaching out to what's her name? Maxie and Brooklyn. I assume we've got some sort of way to contact Brooklyn. The werewolf.
Should I just go check my apartment?
Yeah, you never set up ways of contacting Brooklyn per se unless he was on the realm. You guys would have to go back to Pangea.
Yeah, I have werewolf lore of 4 and spirit. I'm pretty sure I can send a spirit to talk to him.
Yeah, that would be it'd be interesting for you to give me the visual of what your character is doing, and concept of what paradigm he's sciencing this
Okay.
up with. But yeah, that's definitely doable, I would say.
Okay, so he's probably hanging out in Pangea. So I wouldn't want a technical spirit. I'd want a very primordial spirit. Oh, yeah. I will go to Phaedra's apartment, which is where we do our off the books magic. I mean, technical enlightened science.
Good save.
And I would like to do a spirit. Yeah, I think it's just straight up spirit.
You could just
Science,
replicate
yeah.
him. Like, just
Correspondence,
grab some
actually.
DNA.
Do you
You have
have
correspondence. I've got 1 in correspondence.
Would you like an assistance?
Yeah, if you've got it.
I got 3, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, spirit is kind of interesting because sometimes you can just knock out correspondence because spirit is not, he's a summoning spirit. You wouldn't really need correspondence, and then telling the spirit to go do something, which you wouldn't need correspondence to do. So you could pull it. I could definitely see this being pulled off without correspondence, but opening portals would make it a lot quicker.
So the idea is I'm just going to set up my my little spirit techno gateway that allows me to kind of at least kind of see into the Umbra a little bit, and I'm going to set out the stuff needed to entice a messenger spirit, which I think for primordial would be like a bird of some sort.
Pigeon.
Okay.
I was thinking pigeon. I'm not sure how old pigeons are,
I mean,
but kind of like just
I'm pretty sure their ancestors are big, giant, monstrous birds. So
yeah, it's just the idea of a primordial bird spirit, but just a weak one. It just needs to get to Pangea and find Brooklyn and be like, hey, come and hang out for a minute.
Okay,
Got a
so you're
question.
summoning Brooklyn, and so go ahead and I will allow you to make that roll then, and anybody participating with difficulty of 4.
Just a ret 4 or a ret difficulty 4.
Yep, a ret difficulty 4.
All right.
I got
I
my
mean,
own
you could
game
also
plan on-
lower the difficulty if you want. But yeah, you
I
guys
think
have
we're good.
blown this out of the water. Yep, you're fine.
Yeah, Phaedra's looking over my shoulder, just being like, "You're doing that all wrong."
It was like, oh, you had to open up 2 portals? Why didn't you just loop it?
Yeah. Well, I'm not very good at correspondence.
All right.
Retroactive continuity is weird for me.
So you get a message back. Basically, that's the spirit comes back after a little while, and Pigeon kind of lets you know. Yep, he'll meet you tomorrow. So day 2, at your house.
All right, cool. That's what I've got. I don't know if that took all day.
We'll start there. Phaedra, what are you up to?
Well, she was helping me, but
Yeah, I was helping
Oh,
Tycho. That was basically because like I won't know what I need to start cooking up until we know a little bit more about the environment.
Okay,
So-
Malakai.
So I wanted to spend the first day basically shoot. Can I make tasks with Prime 3?
You get really close. Let me double check here. See if I can find anything on.
I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 for physical tasks.
Very close to 4. Might be 3. I think it's 3, but I'm probably wrong because I'm always thinking that something was less. With Prime. Prime is the one that fucks me over the most. Yes. Okay, so here we go. Prime, absorb quiescence is 3, create a node is 5, drain a node, drain. Refine task, Prime 4.
Okay. All right. So I was going to get started with a task for Tycho's dad.
You can go into the digital web and start making one there.
Is that easy for me to do like as a day trip, or is that?
Well, if you're making a battery, your problem will be getting it physically out of there, which is less of a problem because you have spaceship.
All right. I'm not sure I want to task the spaceship with aiding us in what is potentially mutiny, or So
don't we all have 5 dots in requisition now?
You have like 6 dots.
Only have 2. Was I supposed to have more?
Nope.
yeah. Okay, so that's not going to work immediately. We may want to rig up a trip if we can't collect, and because we also could just start collecting water, but we're not going to get enough off of that portable node. Like we're not going to get 100 off of it, but I guess we could get started.
Water?
Yeah, doesn't that portable node drip water?
Yep, it sweats TAS as water. It gives you somewhere like around 3 TAS per week.
Yeah, so
So you likely already have an okay amount of TAS, like probably 15 TAS at least saved up.
Okay, I don't want to get started with that. So I'm gonna come up with a plan for future Prime. Do they have any satellite imagery of like the soldiers when they went to the desert? Were they able to watch it?
What it looked like is they started walking into the desert, and then a giant, like, I would say from the satellite you would be seeing maybe 25-mile wide giant storm, sandstorm just kind of kicked up, blanketed out all communications, and it looks like it's just a death hellstorm that, maybe the temperature seems to go up about 50 to 100 degrees, maybe, give or take.
Okay, not super great. And from our perspective, everything goes wrong once that storm rolls over.
Yeah, basically you just the guy, the drone goes in, the storm starts up, this goes in, and it seems to have like a perimeter of, 50-mile radius.
Could I potentially get a reading on advanced sciences that may be being used? If there are any, using Prime, if there are any. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to find, but if the magic is being used to create said storm.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Analysis has come back that this is definitely some kind of reality deviant level of magic.
So it comes from. It's obviously not technocratic in nature. It's mage work.
You could explain it with technology, maybe, but it definitely seems to be coming from reality deviants.
Okay, all right. They want to open up those. I guess that I'll do research in terms of have there been any reports of similar phenomenon in different mission briefings or anything like that that might hint at the nature or potentially who caused it or potentially what happened with various other groups that might have seen a similar event.
Sure, do research plus intelligence.
I'm not good at researching.
Do you have
Is
any dots in
research a thing?
research?
Is it a thing? Skill?
Is it not?
Oh,
Research is a thing.
I
Yeah.
do not have any dots in research.
All right, difficulty will be 8 for you.
I have 1 dot investigation.
Ooh, you have investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and do that. That'd be difficulty 6 then. In investigation plus intelligence.
All right. So it's going to say wits and tech, but it is investigation and intelligence at a 6. Ooh, lucky because I only have 3 dice on that, and I got 5 successes.
Holy shit, dude! Wow. Okay, so 5 successes. With your 5 successes, yeah, you're able to like piece together some kind of concepts here. There are reports of a city long ago that used to exist, thousands of years ago that used to exist in this spot, and it got swallowed up by a sandstorm, and supposedly it has never been recovered. It's like disappeared thousands of years ago. It used to be a big giant super metropolis. There was supposed to be lots of science and art and advanced um enlightenment happening in this area, reality deviance of old, but there ever since it's been cursed, and supposedly it's not just a sandstorm that'll happen. It'll be other things, quicksand, or what you guys have witnessed has mostly been like sandstorm, but also like I guess there'd be some quicksand and stuff like that also would be happening. It wouldn't be always obviously the same thing, but it's just a cursed area that
Um, do they have any illumination into the nature of the phenomenon? Like what spheres might be being used? If it seems to be done by a master, or if it's something that is like beyond that, like it's
yeah, there seems to be some kind of level 5 forces action that's happening here, possibly correspondence, possibly some prime mixed into there, absolutely, to like just enhance it. Um, Possibly spirit, or I would say maybe even a little bit of spirit magic is also involved in it. A little bit of correspondence to like block out. There's a lot of warding and other stuff, kind of things kind of going on. The spirit kind of, because this area is like a dead zone. There is no barrier between the two worlds, basically at this point.
all right. I will take all of like the reports of the. So I come busting into Phaedra's apartment with like a pile of papers.
Do y'all knock?
look what I found. Oh, this is important. And I reference the city and everything. Of just starts laying stuff out on whatever surface is available. This is what I found today. Makes me nervous. I'm looking at some major magic, or yeah, we still call what mages do magic, don't we? Major
Science?
yeah, there's
Well,
definitely some.
I would say
we do science.
Yeah, they do magic, you do science.
Yeah,
And
so
they do magic without a K. They do magic with the illusion. You just don't know how they're technically doing it yet, but you'll figure it out, and science will show you how it's done.
yeah, and I also am aware that they have potentially a conflicting paradigm from us. Sometimes we get along, especially in modern days. Well, but there, that could be its own problem.
Yeah, the digital
Oh.
web wasn't too bad, but I'm guessing that like heaven isn't going to be too cool with the kind of stuff we do.
Probably. So if we're going to the desert, instead of bringing a ton of water, how long do you think we're going to be probably stuck in this cloud scenario?
Well,
So
No.
teams
the
that have
desert,
been sent haven't come back.
So the current phenomena you're kind of seeing is kind of a permanent storm, I would say. I would say it's not it's not obviously disappearing, but once they sent one of the first drones in, it just stayed up. It's kind of weakened and then got stronger, and so like whenever something seems to be entering, it seems to get stronger. But it's been lasting for about 15 days, right? Or no, we'll say probably only been about a week or so that they've known about this and kind of been investigating it before they've revealed it to you guys. So I would say, yeah, so it's been about a week that they've been investigating, and the storm's been going on for about that long. They would anticipate it to end at any moment now.
Yeah, but they have s- they've gotten the signal from one of the power nodes that we're looking for.
Yes, so they've got a resonant signal back that's one of the nodes that's powering.
Well, I'm not gonna leave my apartment. Tycho, if you could go talk to the progenitor department and ask them for kangaroo rat DNA, I'm gonna work on something real quick.
I'm sorry, did you say kangaroo and rat DNA?
No, they're called kangaroo rats.
Can you
They're
write that? Can you just
they're
write down what you
rats.
need?
Yes, kangaroo rat DNA. Oh, and probably throw in. Let's see, maybe the frog too. Yeah, and thorny devil DNA as well, just in case.
Just write it down.
I'll write it down.
I don't I don't I don't like it when they look at me funny when I ask for your shit.
They shouldn't be surprised. I ask for this stuff all the time.
They always ask questions that I don't have the answers to.
Yeah, just admit that you don't know what you're doing, and it's totally fine.
Well, that's what I always do. That's why I'm asking you to write it down this time.
Okay, okay. There.
Don't send you down to the basement to get jetpacks.
Are we
Yeah,
there?
We should bring jetpacks.
I don't want to. Can I just like pop a pill and like just have wings for 5 seconds? Like I
Oh, hell yeah.
cannot figure out how those packs work. I tried. I failed a lot.
That's fine. I doubt jetpacks are going to work wherever we go.
Yeah,
The
there's
wings will
something.
probably be.
I'm not really excited to have what is effectively a controlled release bomb attached to my back going into these strange
More
places.
more than jetpacks, which can get clogged up by the sandstorm that is constantly going. Goggles that could have like thick lenses, and maybe better vision would probably be better than jetpacks. Because we're going in blind basically.
Yeah. So goggles with a HUD.
Yeah.
Maybe thermal.
Thermal
thermal.
or
It's hard to
Multiple
say what we're going to see is actually going to have heat. So
you want thermal
multiple
and then
spectrum scan.
also yeah, something with a little bit more correspondence to pick up like quicksand and other obstacles.
Yeah. I was thinking throwing. I'm sure they've got some goggles that have ephemera scanners on them, so it can kind of like see spirit stuff.
Too. All right, get out of my house. I'm gonna do this DNA stuff.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just if Brooklyn shows up, you got to deal with them.
All right, next day comes by, and Brooklyn does show up. He's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? What do you want?"
I don't remember what they wanted from you. You can sit on the couch till Tycho gets here.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that bird made it seem like it was urgent. What are you
What
doing?
did he say?
Yeah, you should have asked me to write it down. So, was I able to do requisition yesterday afternoon, or was that like
Yeah.
the end of the day?
What would you like to requisition?
Well, we just talked about the goggles,
Okay.
and then I wanted to get as much of the stuff that my dad needs as possible. So you said portable node.
So yeah, they don't have a portable node for you. They do have a battery. But if you take the battery, that'll pretty much eat up a lot of your requisition right there.
How much TAS is in the battery?
100 Quinn.
Okay. Well, we've got the secret portable node, so I'll take the TAS battery. Oh, and then I get the stuff that Phaedra wanted.
Yep, that's not a problem.
Okay. And I'm not sure I ever did it at the end of last session, but I'll go. The message that I had, I said my dad could leave an encrypted message for my mother. I'll go and give her that.
She seems, immediately stops what she's doing and goes and checks on the message. Thanks you for all that you're doing right now and wishes you the best of luck.
You might be coming back soon. You understand that, right? I don't expect things to go back to the way they were. It's been 20 years, but I'm excited. Anyway, I have to go because the universe needs me.
Good luck, and I hope you bring back your father. I know things won't, like you said, go back to the way they were, but we'll see what the future holds for all of us.
Cool. I'll see you later, Mom. And I leave. And I guess I'll just go to Phaedra's apartment in the morning.
Okay. Anything that
Working on
anybody
my
else
third
wanted
son.
to do before the night end? All right. So next day, Tycho, you're arriving at Phaedra's. Phaedra, you're kind of waking up, getting stuff. The werewolf arrives, and Malakai, I'm guessing you're arriving right around that time too.
We can say that I was helping carrying boxes of stuff, the equipment that Tycho's dad wanted. After we started collecting some of that stuff,
Oh, well,
I'm
we're not
helping
bringing it
carry.
to Phaedra's.
I assumed you were gonna.
We're just.
That's where the portable node is. I figured that's where we're gonna stage everything.
Oh, we might need some sort of thing to carry the portable node. But yeah, I mean, we're going through the Technogate. I'm not bringing everything here. I'm just bringing the stuff that Phaedra needed.
Then I guess I will just arrive with Tycho.
Well, I mean, it might be big boxes. I don't know what kangaroo rat DNA is held in.
They are small, cute little rodents that I'm going to dissect to enhance our kidneys. Chill.
Wait. I'm transporting live animals?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. No, I'm totally fine with this.
How do you think I make all those things that you guys pop
I
pills
thought they
for?
were just DNA samples.
When I modify it to the point where I can just do it on a whim, yes, they're test tube petri dishes that I can just generate. I'm doing this from scratch.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to stop you. Just,
Okay. As long as it's not a moral dilemma.
Oh, no. Small animals are fine. These things probably don't even have spirits.
That's
I
highly
mean,
doubtful.
you can always test that out. That'd be fun. Fun to look at, right?
I am not going to look at that right now. I'm not sure I can deal with it.
I know
Working
shit
on my
all about
third cup of
spirits.
coffee.
Just peek into the Umbra and see this like abomination spirit of like a kangaroo and a rat smashed together, screaming. Never mind. I'll talk to Brooklyn now.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, not much. Nice to see you. So, we're working on a thing, and the Technocracy is pretty clueless about this place that we might be going. And I pull out the maps that Malakai got, and I'm like, this kind of thing opened up here. Just wanted to know if you had any lore about that.
Let me check here, see what, let me take a look at what you got here.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard of this place. Yeah, this had to do with some kind of battle, maybe between Set and the not Wendigo. What is it? The Shadows Striders?
The Shadow Lords?
No, the
Silent Striders.
Oh,
Silent
Silent
Striders.
Striders.
Yeah, Silent Striders.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've met a few.
There was some kind of great conflict, some kind of thing that was going on inside of this great city between those two warring factions, uh, and the city, fell into chaos and strife and war, and the entire city was sunk into the ground. Uh, there's stories of some werewolves maybe, getting there and um, they say that it's possible to get to the underground or to the city, but it's underneath the sand. So some of the things that look like traps might actually be an entrance, but that might also be a fairy tale as well, just to lure idiots into their death. So yeah, I'm not sure, dude. I've just heard crazy stories about this place. It's extremely dangerous. I wouldn't suggest going there.
Well, our other option is biblical heaven. So
Well, I wouldn't go there either, man. Humans make up weird shit, and you can have some weird shit happen to you when you you interact with the made up thoughts of the Umbra.
yeah, strangely enough, we're actually leaning towards this one. So I think we agree on that. Anyway, how are things?
The dragon is saying the end is coming, and we're kind of battening the hatches down for what supposedly will be a great storm that will be coming across the lands. I don't know. How are you doing? Supposedly the end of the world's gonna be happening.
Yeah, that's actually what we're working on. I mean, trying to stop it. Probably, maybe.
How are you guys gonna stop it? Hell, even the dragon says he's just gonna batten down the hatches.
Oh, yeah. It turns out my dad's wrapped up in it. Uh, I don't know if you know who he is. Buck Samsonite, legendary adventurer, disappeared in 1980. Uh,
A little bit before
yeah,
my
it's
time.
it's complicated, but yeah, we're going to the place that he is. Going to try and stop some spirit nuclear weapons from being released. Something like that. I'm not entirely sure.
Spirit nuke?
Yeah, yeah. He built a shield like 20 years ago to contain them, so nobody could ever use them. But apparently they're about to get released, so we got to go help him with that to stop it. Something like that. Why? Do you know something about? Has somebody mentioned that phrase to you before?
No, it just sounds really fucking bad. Nukes are bad enough.
Yeah, I remember one of my acquaintances from your people talking about the stuff that happened in the Umbra when those got dropped back then. It's not so good.
Yeah, I hear there's tales that fucked up the entire Dark Umbra. Also, there was some kind of other war, and then I don't know. Crazy shit happens, man, when Humans do crazy shit. So do supernaturals. Anyways, if that's all that you guys need me for, I am not going to heaven or hell, so yeah, I'm good with that.
Well, we appreciate you for your time, for answering our questions.
Yeah, if I find out anything else, I'll let you know.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. So Tycho, what would you like to do this beginning?
Let's see. What other stuff did we need to requisition?
I'd say you have all the stuff that you needed requisitioned, all the base stuff. Because yeah, you've requisitioned as much as you can.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I am going to go back to the construct and do a research on heaven, the heaven
Before you
location.
leave, I prick your finger and take a DNA sample and put it on a slide. I just need to make sure that you're compatible with this DNA I'm going to be using. Thank you.
Okay.
Malakai, are you here?
Yep. And I just hold out the back of my palm or the back of my hand.
Thank you so much.
And then I'm going to tinker with the goggles that we got.
All right. What kind of tinkering with the goggles do you want to do?
Knowing that that our satellite imagery showed massive amounts of heating, like temperature increase when the storm riles up.
Yep.
I am going to try to add some forces technology into the goggles to regulate body temperature, i.e., not have it be, some heat protection ultimately. Portable AC.
Interesting. So it's got like vents on the side that are like blowing out cold air, so like shoots down your body.
Before you do that, I want to see if my stuff goes through, because that might fuck up the way my DNA stuff works.
All right. I can just kind of prep what I'm doing, and then once you're ready, we can do a test.
Or you can do it together, and then you can just
That
each roll
works.
together.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a mixture of these kangaroo rats and what was it? Thorny devils, and basically I'm modifying our kidneys to need less water intake, like your urine and stuff's more concentrated, and then also we will secrete less sweat. So we won't have heat up as much, and we won't have to take in as much water, and then supplementing our diet with nutrition bars so that we don't have to take that much to eat.
Okay. So, um, you're probably doing what, life 3 effect then?
Yeah.
And then, I'm guessing Malakai, you're doing like a forces 3 effect.
Uh,
Forces 2 at least.
yeah. Force. It would be.
Because you're just converting heat to cold,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. So it'd be probably forces. Yeah, forces 2, and then I think prime 2 is going to be needed just to drive the whole thing. But yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, we'll say the difficulty will then be 6 for you guys to make this. You guys can lower the difficulty doing a science. You can do medicine, science, or technology. Difficulty of 6 plus intelligence. to lower the difficulty, and then you can do your Arte roll, difficulty of 6, or you can just do the Arte roll. Remember, botches and failures on the ability rolls is similar to botching and failing on Arte roll, which can cause a catastrophic failure. Failure can just stop you dead in your tracks as well and not raise the difficulty.
Gotcha. So wait, to lower the difficulty, what is the difficulty on that?
Difficulty 6, intelligence plus technology or medicine or science.
I will be going straight to the arret roll.
You can also use Quinn in order to lower the difficulty of the Arte roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, Phaedra, you have a difficulty of 3 then for your Arte roll.
5 is base.
6.
6 is base. All right, I'm going to drop it down to 4 with 2 quintessence.
Okay.
Very nice.
All right, I'm going to say you guys are able to make a basically, if you take the pill and you put on, if you have the glasses on, you're pretty much able to regulate your entire heating system, basically, or environmental controls, basically, around you for a period of 24 hours. That's when the pill will kind of start wearing off and the headset will run out of power. Or the goggles.
Can those be recharged via tasks in the field?
Yeah.
Okay.
One per day, I'll say.
Would I repeat to get more pills?
And then you can repeat to get more pills, yeah. I would say you have like a bunch of pills right now. But
Yeah.
they have to work in conjunction with the goggles.
You okay with that? In case there could be that the paradigm is going to break the goggles, but it's not going to break what you're trying to do.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
One other thing to keep in mind is that this is like a one-way trip to Altered Earth. So kind of have to prepare for that one too. I'm not sure there's anything specific other than what we've already got.
So I was kind of thinking, depending on how fast we can do it, of us actually dropping these two nodes, and then we're like, all right, now we're going to go back and take care of the dream, and that's when we just disappear. It'll help with our current not stellar reputation.
Yeah, but didn't we get the signal from my father last time that there's like a time frame now?
Yeah, but it's July. Granted, I guess we're
It's
going to
like-
want to show up before July, but
We
It's
don't
like
know
less-
how long we need once we get there to actually accomplish the goal. So, like,
yeah,
the more breathing room that we have once we get to that point, the better.
yeah, that's a good point. Do you guys want to go? Is this the node that you guys want to jump over on?
I mean, this is
I thought it was assumed.
right. This one. It feels to me I can at least prepare a little bit better for. And like, say we get in there and we encounter some stuff. I have my fanny pack of DNA samples that could probably get us through things. I'm not really good with angels.
I'm with you on that. I feel that heaven might be easier, but also might be less. It's way less predictable. Because it's hard to say what'll even work there. Maybe only
Exactly.
religious stuff works.
You
Yeah.
could have like another Pangea situation where they have, which is but worse, where they have religious power and our stuff don't work.
Has there been scout teams sent to heaven that also didn't return?
Yes.
All right, yeah, they probably didn't come back because it's just so nice there. Why the hell would you come back?
Well, is it nice there? Speaking of though, that's what I was going to be doing the morning of this day, I believe.
Well,
Was
I
researching
take it
that.
back. The drones never came back, but there was some people that went. They came back, but had no memory of what happened when they were there.
Actually, so that
Sounds
actually
fun.
falls under the stuff that I'm researching this morning. So I want to look into that further.
Uh,
Yes. So Tycho, go ahead and give me a. You can do research, occult, or investigation. If you do investigation, I will up the difficulty to an 8, though.
Okay. I have a dot in research.
assist.
What? No, you're doing the DNA stuff.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
I'll call you in if I don't find anything. Intelligence or wits?
Intelligence.
All right, intelligence, skills research, and difficulty 6. Oof, got a 1.
Okay.
1 success.
So you kind of start off your research, and it's like, okay, so there's just a bunch of um, religious texts out there about what heaven is, but none of it, you're like, I don't know what the fuck, the manifestation of the thoughts and beliefs of people are, what it would be, but you're not really finding any like mission reports on anything. So you kind of have been, kind of picking up your tracks on having to kind of find out what other supernaturals have talked about regarding this. And there does seem to be a pretty strong belief in a lot of the supernatural groups, particularly kind of picked up from what you got from Phaedra. Um, is this research that you did?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing research. Yeah,
Not a cult. Okay. So
correct.
from what you've already got from what Phaedra's researched into vampires, they seem to have this whole religious background to them. Um, and so they believe in like a Yahweh God and all this other stuff and angels and stuff. And so your character kind of started going down that kind of track, but is kind of in the woods here, not really in the realm of what you've studied or anything. It doesn't seem like anybody. There's some basic stuff that you have though that you can get in the idea of where it's in the high realm of the like high space or like the space of thought and uh, it, inventium
Yeah, this is
is
like
in the same like location, so it's very possible, and or the idea behind it is that it's a manifestation of heaven. So it could be one of the millions of heavens. There's a bunch of them out there, um, and so you're not sure exactly what to expect in the beginning of your research.
Yeah. Can I kind of do like a process of elimination of like finding out what types of realms uh, manifest in like a similar way but don't have the same effect? So the idea of like, let's say some void engineers have gone to a certain number of heaven-like realms, uh, kind of trying to figure out what do those have in common that they're able to come back and remember them versus this one.
So that is one of the interesting things with this one is, along with the other realms, there seems to be a, the other realms are more of manifestations that kind of fade in and fade out. They're drastically altered by the, um, the belief structure of humanity at that time and the dreams and thoughts and ideas that are going on in humanity. Um, this one definitely seems to be something that is um, a little bit more stabilized inside of the high realm. But other than that, um, it doesn't really make sense as to why nobody could remember what the hell happened when they've gone there, unless somebody's like erasing their memory before sending them back.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I would really prefer to have Robert around if we're going to be going to heaven, just to make sure we all keep our wits about us.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards the other one. I just want to,
Yeah, no, it's a good check.
yeah, just want to find out. All right. Uh, I kind of feel like I didn't find much out, so that I'm just gonna go back to Phaedra's and be like, "Yep, let's just go to the desert one." You guys are already preparing for that one.
You sure? You can always go check my, I guess, closet. I think I left my religious stuff in my closet.
Sure. So I think this would be the evening of the second day. I'll go and cross reference with Phaedra's occult texts.
Should I roll for that then?
Yeah, so if you guys all want to do a little occult plus intelligence, difficulty of 6 if you want to get
Yeah.
in on this.
Uh, Actually, can we say that we're kind of using the occult text to research both locations?
Yeah, yep, that's fine.
Let's see. I do not have a dot in occult. Can I use research?
I will allow you to have a temporary point in occult.
All right. We'll call it a dot in library. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6, yep.
Well, I got one.
I got nothing.
Here goes nothing. One. That was a cult for me.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The dice have spoken. They don't want us to go there.
So yeah, the basis that you guys kind of get back on the research that you've kind of done here is uh, well, you have a couple of books on heaven and stuff like that. So you guys have read the Days of Fire book that you have, and the Book of Nod, and the book of you don't have the Book of Lilith, right? Do you? That might have the Book of Lilith.
I think so. I remember
I
the
thought
book
we
of
did.
Nod.
Yeah, so you definitely have some occultic texts that you guys are kind of reading through and stuff like that, but it all seems cryptic and weird as hell, especially from a technocratic point of view. But the basis of it, is that it's a very biblical kind of thing. There was something that happened between God and Lilith at some kind of relationship that happened at some point, possibly, depending on whose point of view that you're kind of going by. Um, she gets expelled from heaven after eating the tree from the tree of life and the tree of um, wisdom, and kind of goes off and creates quote unquote demons, or monsters and stuff like that. Becomes the queen of monsters, supposedly helping Cain at one point get his powers. But there's this whole religious, like, Yahweh goes out and creates a whole bunch of he creates angels that all rebel, or like one third of them rebel to try and uplift the humans. Um, then
Surprised you
throws
didn't see
them
that coming.
in hell in order to because they're supposedly the demons were uplifting humans to stop something, the end of the world from happening when time stopped, basically, that they saw all the way at the beginning of creation, that, hey, look, in 1999. It's really, there's nothing past that. Why is that? And God said, fuck you, don't, just ignore it. And they said, no, if we make humans enlightened, maybe we can stop that from happening. And then they enlightened humans, and then God got really fucking pissed off. But it's all tales and stuff like that to your characters. But it does seem everything that you're kind of like lining up on that like peripheral understanding, that the scans and ideas that you're getting from the probes and stuff like that, that before they get a breach into heaven, anything like that, the outside scans of the planetoid or whatever, is basically coming back as very connecting in with a lot of these, the Days of Fire, the Book of Nod, the Dark Mother. So it seems to be a realm built around, at the very least, it seems to be a realm built around whatever the fuck the vampires and demons of this world have been calling heaven and hell. Which you guys have already
Cool.
been to hell, which is the abyss.
So like a part of me is like would be super
this isn't
excited
hell.
to go there just for the sake of research. But then that tiny part of me is telling me no. So desert?
I feel like we were going towards desert. You know what? I'll say this. I definitely want to go one day, but maybe not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Anybody else getting the thing like it's easier to reason with demons than it is angels? Like angels are just gonna fucking kill you,
Well, if you're unworthy.
but demons are gonna be like, what do you want?
Yeah,
I mean, that's their
for your
whole
soul.
thing, though. Like, because they're trying to bargain your soul. So, like,
Don't sign
flies and
anything.
honey versus you are clearly doing something wrong. I must strike you down. So, I get it.
Don't
have to like it,
sign
but I
anything
get
while
it.
we're there.
What else do we need? So I've got our food and our need for water covered. I feel our weapons should probably be more prioritized in being simplistic, mainly because I fear that after 5 minutes of being in a sandstorm, they won't work.
Well, my laser gun is made of alloys that are much harder than sand. So
Okay, well, so it won't get in your gun, it won't jam.
laser guns don't jam.
I don't know how they work.
I mean, I wouldn't mind adding a kind of bow and arrow thing to Tycho's character. That'd be pretty cool. What would that even be? It's not a firearm.
I mean, technically, it's a firearm
I would put it closer to firearm than anything else. Melee.
because it's
I
not
don't know.
melee. Because
Yeah, I
you're
think it is.
actually shooting something long distance, so it's a firearm.
Yes, I would like to requisition a bow and arrow.
Oh, bow and arrow, no, would be athletics.
Even better.
But if you're doing a crossbow, it would be firearm.
I got
Yeah,
you.
that
Makes sense.
Crossbow for
I'm
me.
gonna pick up. Should I go with swords or
Uh,
You
a
said
spear?
earlier. You said earlier you wanted to do swords.
The answer
Yes.
to that question is never. It's never no. Always yes.
Do I want to
Okay.
have a sword? Yes.
Well, no, I was like either swords, like 2 swords, or like 1 spear. Like, which one's better?
Ooh, spear is always good. You know, a gun is just
Yeah.
1,000-yard spear.
It is the logical, technological progression of a spear. Yes.
How do I
It's a
get this
pointy.
spear over there?
It is the longest pointy stick ever made.
The longest, shortest, pointy stick.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go bow and arrow. Sounds like Phaedra's going spear. Malakai, you want to go sword? You know, since we're going biblical.
Nope, crossbow.
You're not
Ooh.
going biblical. You have to go in. Well, I guess you're going to like a place kind of like hell, but
Well, you're the one that keeps calling it hell. I'm thinking we're going to hell.
it's kind of like hell. The earth.
And earlier you said it's the abyss, and I'm like, we've already been to
No,
the abyss.
you've already been. I said you've already been to hell. Technically, it's the abyss. Like the abyss is where, what you guys are reading in your books and stuff like that is that you guys are definitely not going to the what is the biblical hell. You guys are going to some sandstormy weird place that's on Earth. The biblical hell that you guys are reading about when you guys are reading about heaven is the abyss. That's not the place you're going to right now. Where you are going to right now is some crazy old city in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Sahara. Words.
Not even sure the way to pronounce that. Yeah, so back to Technogate for a quick medieval weapon requisition. And
Like you guys order the weirdest shit, man.
We're TG42. We need it.
Yeah, I know. Just saying.
my life is dope, and I do dope shit. Give me my bow.
Give me my bow and arrow. All right, I think we'll take a little break here. We'll do a little 10-minute break here. Come back at 9 o'clock Central Time, which is in 10 minutes, and then we'll finish out the day by trying to figure out. Well, so right now, we're going to say that Robert's character is he need to take a personal vacation, so we'll do he said that he'll be back in 7 days, so you guys can't leave for another like 4 days anyway. So we'll have you guys do a little bit of a side thing so that we don't get you guys anyways. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes and we will continue from there.
Good.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Technogate 1999, and we are on day 3 of our downtime, so we're going to go through and have everybody choose what they're going to be doing on their day 3 downtime. So starting with Tycho, what are you going to be up to?
All right. So I had the idea of sending a spirit into the area of the sandstorm to see if it can get in and out and back to me with some sort of observations. I'm trying to think of what type of spirit. And I think, Phaedra, were you going to try and kind of help me with this? Maybe send multiples?
Yeah, I could do that for you. I would say fox spirit would probably be the best, since we're dealing with the desert and we want more heightened senses and they're scavenging for information.
Okay. If you go with fox, I'm going to go with camel. I would like to summon a camel spirit.
Interesting. All right, so go ahead and give me a what are you how are you physically doing this? So give me like the explanation of the what's the setup of the apparatus, the physical interactions that you're trying to do here.
Okay, so same thing that I did. I've got like a little portable umbral interface that's kind of based out of my tricorder, which is my dimensional science focus, and it kind of allows me to see into the Umbra and have spirits in the Umbra interact with me. Of course, summoning a camel around here is going to be rough. So it might take some time.
I'm basically copying Tycho, but instead I am using I'm using his portal, but I'm using my DNA scanner that I've used Fox DNA on to get a more zeroed in target.
And I do not understand anything that they're doing.
You can always go to the progenitor department and ask for camo DNA.
All right, for this one, I'm going to have you guys do a straight up Arate roll based upon the gauntlet that you guys are going to be doing this in. So where are you going to be physically doing this? Because if you're going to be doing it in the middle of the Technogate, it's actually going to be really fucking hard to summon some kind of forest spirit. If you're using correspondence, you can like open up a portal, but I need to know where that portal is, you know, where that is, and then we'll go off of the difficulty there, and they can come through the portal that you've opened up if you're doing a remote kind of thing. Since you've got Phaedra, I think she can open.
We're doing it in my apartment.
Yeah, that's I was going to say. We're
Oh,
we're
yeah.
definitely in her apartment because this is off book.
I would say your apartment, because of the werewolf kind of presence and stuff like that, you've kind of weakened the spiritual barrier. We'll say a difficulty of 5.
Okay.
You can also lower
Yeah.
that with Quinn if you want. Or
I will go ahead and do that. I will spend a quintessence to get my difficulty down to 4.
I just straight up rolled a ROT.
Oh, damn. We're killing it. I got 6.
Which is appropriate because you were getting the bigger animal.
Here, camel, camel, camel. Oh, shit, that worked.
Holy shit, that's a big fucking camel. So yeah, you guys are able to summon some spirits, and they appear in Phaedra's living room, kind of through a like mystical kind of portal that kind of opens up, and a camel hops out and a fox hops out, and telepathically, but speaking in your kind of mind, you kind of hear both of them say, um, as I'm just gonna say they kind of speak as one right now, and they're like, how may we assist you, and what will you do for us if we do?
Have some
We
water.
seek your assistance in observations of a space. And I kind of project using spirit magic into their minds the sandstorm in the area in the umbra that it is. We seek to know information about what lies beyond. As for compensation, and I gesture towards the portable node that literally has tasks sweating out of it.
Ah, your offering is good. Um, I would, me and or we are willing to investigate for you in exchange for the gifts that you present here. Um,
You may want to
However,
clarify what you're presenting.
well, the and he acknowledged it's like when he says that it kind of you get the feeling that it's the task that you're offering, not the room and the
Not the whole
building and the
fountain.
souls or
I didn't want them to get all crafty as spirits.
that's true.
Like-
But these are not deviant.
We offer to you the soul of Malakai. He is a great warrior.
Well, I was just thinking like you gestured towards the node and like, all right, we'll take the node for this. Yeah, that sounds good.
No, you take
Oh.
some of the stuff from the node.
Yeah. Yeah, again, didn't want him to get tricksy with us, but
Thank you, noble spirits. Uh,
However, we do have a counter offer.
Okay.
mhm.
We would be willing to assist you further if we belong to a group of spirits that are currently having we are currently under assault by some a small group of 3 black spiral dancers. Our haven is under assault and will be taken over. We would be willing to do this for you in exchange for the task, which will help us possibly rebuild somewhere else, or we can get more assistance from our herd,
Brethren?
brethren, from our brethren, our spiritual brethren that share a small lake outside of Colorado.
Yeah, actually, can I throw a suggestion at you?
Yeah.
Either one of these could be the totem spirit of a cairn.
Yeah. So it's an abandoned cairn that
Ooh.
doesn't have any werewolves to protect it.
So
what do we know about black spirals?
there.
I know a lot.
What do you know about black spirals? What are they?
They are
I know.
corrupted. They are corrupted werewolves. They are difficult. Yeah. So Brooklyn, but corrupted with
But evil Brooklyn.
Yeah, evil. It's a reductive word, but it works. They embrace not decay, but stagnation. They are the negative aspect of decay. It's hard. Yeah, let's not get into it. I mean, I'm cool with it.
There are 3 of them. Right?
Correct. It is a pack of 3 black spiral dancers that have come to the Caern and are so far they have not been able to locate the immediate Caern, but we fear that they will be able to find it any day now.
Tycho, can you come over to the side of the apartment with me real quick?
Yeah. Let's so sidebar.
There are 3 werewolves. Do you think you could even take one?
Probably. I mean, not on my own, but there's a multiplicative effect. There's a preparatory effect. I mean, I'm far more powerful with dimensional science than I used to be. I could probably shunt one of them into an umbral realm temporarily. And the sheer amount of firepower that we can bring to this, I mean, it's... we can call in Brooklyn. He might have some friends. And also, finding a lost cairn? Like, I don't mean to be selfish, but the werewolves would owe us. I mean, kind of. it's more like they don't owe you anything, but they owe you stuff. It's kind of an honor thing.
The more you talk, the less I want to do this. Okay. So
My
it's
initial take is
they
if we can.
owe us something, but yet they don't. There is no guarantee that we can kill one, let alone three.
Well,
Just give
okay.
them tasks.
Well, wait. Just back to the camel / fox. Can you give us any insight as to these black spiral dancers' power level? And I just kind of use the mind linky powers, spirit powers, to just kind of give them an idea of like
They are
some black
puppies.
spirals that I've seen in the past.
They are puppies that rank 1, newly freshly born. It's actually been a while since any werewolves have been born in this area, and these were quickly corrupted by the local Pentax factory, and sent on a search out here. There's only, as far as they understand, there might be a vampire involved in this somewhere down the line, but that's for later problems. The immediate problem is that there's 3 werewolves sniffing around the Caern.
I look back to Phaedra and I'm like, yeah, we can handle this.
Pentax. Did we resolve our situation with like our quick brush up with Pentax before?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
we
you
did?
guys are
Okay.
not. I mean, you're not at odds with them, but you killed one of you dealt them serious blows that they don't really know that you dealt them per se.
Okay.
Yeah, because they had
The
that.
main thing here is, what's that, Malakai?
They had that. That investigator came to figure out who done it, and then he just used that to pin it on somebody else, if I remember correctly. Like.
And then the investigator was Muddin, and then you guys killed
yeah.
Muddin.
Yeah.
It destroyed all of the Muddins in all of the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a real big thing that happened.
Was it?
I think so. Anyway, yeah, I think we should do this, and we can call Brooklyn, and he can come along, maybe.
Can you send in one of your
send
in one of your spirits and
Brooklyn
talk
walks out of the kitchen and he's like mowing on some turkey that he's got there for like this prehistoric turkey that he brought with him and cooked up here, and he's like, oh yeah, man, I'll take one of them.
Okay, fine. At least try to cover our tracks a little, because we've been doing a lot of things off the book lately. So much so that I don't think we're in a book anymore.
Yeah, well, the people who control the book are trying to help end the friggin' universe, I think.
All I'm saying is that the end goal was to help your dad. If we get caught before we get there,
we make a break for it.
whatever, it's fine.
I mean, if we go to the dreaming, at least we have an advantage of already have been there in terms of trying to get through it quickly. And once we're inside the shield, like, what the hell are they going to do? Granted, there may be some repercussions that come out, but...
Wait a minute, you guys are going into dreaming now?
No. That was just a theoretical... that would be where I would want to go if we were being chased by the Technocracy.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've already been there. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, and we have a dragon that we know. and he likes us.
In any case, the fox and camel will help you, but they would like to know if you're willing to truly help them. Are you friends of nature or are you selfish? They don't
I
say
will
that.
help
Is
you.
Brooklyn able? Is he interested in the Cairn at all?
Brooklyn says, yeah, he's interested. He's like, I don't know, man. If you guys don't go do it, I might just do it myself.
Does he maybe know people who would be interested in a Cairn? You know,
I mean,
Oh yeah, because
yeah, I can take care of it if you guys want to bring if you guys don't want to deal with the aspect of the Caern, which actually I encourage you not to. I will handle that once we get rid of the werewolves. They're the black spiral dancers.
yeah, I might
So
have
not.
I might have a name or two for you to reach out to. They don't like me too much these days, but if you show up and anyway, we'll talk about that later. Should we just go? I think we can probably just follow these guys.
Yep.
Are we all
Yeah.
outfitted?
Yeah,
Did
they
I
can
get to
take you.
requisition my spear?
Yeah,
Might
you
as well
guys
do a
got
quick test run.
you guys got that.
I apparently have a bow and arrows.
Yep.
Question: suit of armor.
Yep.
Do I have that, or is that something that generally stays on the ship?
I would say that that is something that you can definitely have with you. If you when you're bringing it around civilian wise, it would be a giant briefcase basically that is fairly light for the size that it is.
Okay, cool.
But you're talking like one of those big sniper, like or almost like a missile launcher suitcase, Basically, you open it up and it jump inside of it.
I like it.
All right.
All right. So I get all my gun belt and everything, and like we're ready to go.
All right. So on
Should
the
we
other side of the portal, you can see there's a forest, a giant lake, that's approximately like 100 yards long by like 50 yards wide. Um, as you guys kind of come out, there's like you guys are on the beach shore of this giant lake, and the fox kind of jumps out here, and the camel. I have no idea why the camel is here, but there's a little beachy, desertish area, I guess.
Hey, spirits are weird, man. Camels can be anywhere they want.
These spirits are. Oh, there's a local
Zoo.
zoo that he came from. In any case, you guys kind of come out. It is nighttime currently. Or no, it was about the afternoon probably that you guys got done with your ritual thing. So the sun is coming down, soonish, probably about a couple hours of daylight that you guys have left. They say that they kind of point in the direction of give you the general sense of where the werewolves are currently stalking about in the woods, which is about 100 we'll say about a mile away from where you guys are currently, heading if you go north of the lake.
Yeah.
They're currently hanging out on like a road that a nearby highway, pretty much abandoned highway, but it's all beat up and horribly maintained.
All right. Malakai, can you give me a scan of the area and see if we can find the the prime flows and identify where this node exactly is?
I'm on it. I start pulling out gear and like setting up a small tripod with like a little antenna spinny thingy on it.
Yeah. And Phaedra, you've got correspondence, and I've got spirit. So I pull out my tripod, and I'm like, let me give you the spirit, the dimensional science resonance of a standard black spiral dancer, and let's see if we can track these fuckers.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm just gonna give you guys these two. So the node is inside of the lake itself, like deep inside the center of the lake itself. Um, then that kind of the Caern is the lake and the surrounding area around the lake within like a quarter of a mile radius around the lake itself, which is all wooded area. And then about a mile to the north is the main highway that comes into this area. You're in just some middle of nowhere in Colorado. It is June, so it is kind of hot and muggy out right now.
Are we able to track the black spiral dancers?
And then the tracking of the Black Spiral Dancers is they're in a car right now, hanging out on the road, kind of looking over the scenery. The road is a little bit higher than where it's like kind of going up one of the mountains, and so they're kind of looking down onto the valley and kind of trying to figure out where the hell this node would be that they can start corrupting it.
What do you think, Brooklyn? What's the best way to lure them out? Go to where they are? You've probably fought some of these before.
He says, tell you what, so normally the way that I would kind of do this is just go in there and set up a little bit of a trap, but basically brute force rip these things just apart. Now, you guys are a little bit squishier than that. But if you're willing, I would say let's just go in for frontal attack on them. We know where they are. We can get a jump on them, and I just say brute force, blow them away.
I'm fine with it. What do you guys think?
What's most effective on these type of enemies? Will poison work?
Silver.
Silver? Did we bring any?
I don't carry silver. That's fucking crazy.
Well, obviously.
Well, I do, and he pulls out a grand clave. He's like, I'm pretty sure I should be able to chop one of them in half pretty quickly with this.
Oh, when Tycho sees the Grand Clave, he just goes, oh shit. Go. You have one of those.
It's a long story.
I have a couple clips of silver ammo for the pistol.
Can I have one bullet so I can shave it on my stuff?
I go to one of the spare clips and shrink.
Thank you. I grind it down to a powder.
I actually hold on a second. I pop the bullet out of the casing and just give her just the bullet, and then I just dump the powder out on the ground.
Thank you.
Brass casing. And I didn't want you to accidentally spark the powder. Yeah. Get careful. Gotta be careful. Is there anybody that we could potentially? No, I'm just throwing this out there. Frame for this assault.
You don't need to frame anybody for killing Black Spiral Dancers.
Okay, I just That sounds good. I know nothing about almost nothing about that world except for what you've already told me. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a thing, and I pull out my keychain, and I'm like, I'm gonna summon Sosi. There's
Do you
there's
want to
nobody
go
in.
in discreet first, or you want to go in loud with
Oh,
Sophie?
discreet first, and then
Cause
once you guys engage, Sosi's gonna take out at least one.
cool, because I'm going to load up my blow darts with the silver powder.
Yeah. There's no spirit in the Umbra that hates spiral dancers more than Sosi.
All right.
All right, so
So
all
where they're positioned on in the car, is there?
one's on the roof, one's leaning up against like on the hood of on the hood of the car, sitting on the hood, smoking a cigarette. The another one sitting or kind of leaned up against the door, looking down. They're kind of like off the side of the road. Cars pulled over. All three of them are smoking cigarettes currently. They all have leather jackets on. It's like a Trans Am
They
19,
sound so fucking cool.
72. They got like slicked back black hair. They've got matching tattoos and
Are they blasting Black Sabbath?
yeah, they're like blasting like some Black Sabbath and shit, and they're like
is the car called Grease Lightning?
it's called the Black Thunder.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm going to.
Oh, and there's the third one is sitting on the back of the trunk, smoking a cigarette.
Of course he is.
They're all just kind of scanning.
All right, so I'm gonna
So-
set up a little ways up the road, maybe like football field.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll wait for you guys to engage, and then I will summon Sosi, and she's gonna take one of them out. I'll tell you that.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm gonna stealth in. Malakai, you want to come?
I will be in my armor and probably 30 feet behind you, just because I'm not as quiet as you.
Gotcha.
Maybe 30 feet to the left as well, so I'm kind of coming up at the slight different angle than you are. And I don't necessarily want to stand on the road in this suit because that could go real poorly for me. But I feel if I can stay somewhat out of sight, or if you can push them off the road into the tree line at the base of the where the highway they clear back the edges of the highway. Either that, or I'll
Push
just
them
shoot from
off the road. The car's parked, correct?
Car's
Yeah.
parked. Yep.
They're just being cool on the side of the road.
What do you want
no.
more, bees or spiders?
Wait, who are you asking?
Either one of you. Tycho, Malakai.
These are I still don't know what you mean.
I think bees can cover distance more. Spiders are creepier.
What if they were about 5 foot tall?
That would be terrifying. In
Oh,
both
you said
cases.
You said bees or spiders. I thought you said these or spiders. And I was like,
Yeah.
what are these?
You want a quick distraction while I shoot these motherfuckers with the silver darts?
I mean, yeah. Release bees or spiders. Fine with me.
Okay. So first I'm gonna look around and see if there is it's the middle of June. Yeah, I'll see if there's like a beehive nearby. Can I search?
Yeah, you find one, not a problem. The spirits will help you.
Awesome. Take a jar to get it ready. And then I'm going to stealth close by. I want to get about 40 feet from the car if there's some bushes nearby.
Okay. So anybody that's going to be getting within, 100 yards basically needs to make a stealth plus dexterity check, difficulty is 6.
I
Wow.
have 5. Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Maybe not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. So 2 for me.
Oh. Oh, those are Josh's rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm golden.
uh,
So you got 5, which beats my 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you got one that has 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but a -1. So that
Oh,
puts it at
okay.
5, which equals. Trying to remember who would win in that.
I feel that the
Shh.
Ty goes to defender.
Ty would go to defender, I would say.
So 2 people notice?
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, and then 5 again. Holy shit. Yeah, so basically, we are not going to have a surprise round, is what I'm just going to do for this.
What about Brooklyn? He's here too.
The whole group is caught by the. I mean, I'm just going to give us all a starting initiative, is the way I'm going to handle it. So roll a d10. Dex.
Or just hit the initiative button.
Yep. All right, Malakai, you have a 9.
Yep. Tycho also got a 9.
It's the same as last time.
Robert's going to be so happy he missed this.
I was thinking we didn't want to go to heaven without our resident marauder.
So Phaedra's got a 9 or 7, and Tycho has a 7. All right, so Malakai at a 9, Phaedra at 7. Sorry, Malakai at 9, Tycho at 9, Phaedra at 7. And then these guys here. So what I'm going to be doing with Brooklyn is he's going to be just engaging one of them, and I'm just taking one of them off the board by instead of adding 2 characters, I'm going to be subtracting 1. Or instead of adding 1, I'm going to be subtracting 1. All right. So that's 5, 8.
I'll be right back.
And 11. All right. And we will that. And what I'm going to do for this is just kind of go top to bottom, just be quicker about this since we only have 15 minutes. So Goon 1 is just going to shoot at. Oh, well, we kind of have to do it the other way. I guess you can just use up your dodges. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so Goon 2 is going to fire at see, so it'd be Malakai. That would make sense. Malakai, do you want to do a dodge or split your dice pool?
Can I tell what gun he's using?
He's gonna actually, yeah, that's a good point. They have to. So Goon 2. Actually, we're just gonna do this because this should still be pretty quick. Um, Phaedra, are you back?
Yep, I'm back.
Okay, Phaedra, what are you doing? You don't get to act yet. You get to just declare.
I am going to take my jar of bees, quickly open the lid, put my enlarged animal serum in, shake it to make them all angry, and then toss it. Make sure I know what you guys are supposed to be.
We should have
What?
brought some grenades.
Needs
I mean,
grenades when you have bees that go about 5 feet tall.
we could have thrown an explosive at the car, but we didn't.
I was thinking we should before that we should have grabbed one of those laser rocket launchers, just obliterated the car.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Well, we didn't know the situation before we left,
Yeah,
and it was
they
kind of a
also-
fast thing.
Yeah,
It's still
they're
a fast thing.
They're not necessarily super happy about letting us take them out of the station. You know, like I can't imagine Technogate lets us just like take heavy armaments. Oh, we're going on a personal trip. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just give me
Yeah.
the laser rocket launcher.
All right, so Malakai, what are you doing?
All right, I'm seeing Phaedra is getting ready to throw the bees, so I will draw the pistol, and I am going to fire at whichever one's on my side of the car.
You'll have to do a quick draw. Well, no, I'll allow you. Probably had your. You should probably have had your weapon out this entire time, because you
Yeah,
have your suit on and stuff like that. So you
Yeah,
don't need to
I-
draw.
and
You
I-
just need to shoot.
And
All right, and
I'm
then
going to save a couple of dice for dodge.
oh, okay.
I don't know if
Um,
I have to announce that now or.
Yes. Well, kind of. When you dodge, you could also just declare it at that point.
Okay.
All right. So Tycho. Tycho. What are you going to be doing?
Taco. I am going to whisper to my keychain. I say, "Sosi, Black Spiral Dancers," and I dump all three of my contestants into her to create the thing that I figured out a long time ago, which is the silver grill with pointy bits and big back wheels for the ramming.
All right. So Goon 2 is going to attack Malakai. Malakai, go ahead and dodge. Or no, actually, Goon 2 is going to. I apologize. Is going to transform into a werewolf. Tycho, I want you to roll manipulation, or yeah, I'm gonna go with manipulation plus do you have animal, Ken, or do you maybe drive might be? I don't know.
I
It's
got
like
3 in drive.
trying to manipulate Soci and see, so yeah, drive, manipulation and drive, difficulty of 6.
Sure. Do I want to spend it? Yeah, we're gonna have a few more days of downtime. Spending willpower. Total of 4.
Okay, and then is this going to be against Goon 2 or 1?
Whichever one is I'm able to hit.
We'll say
I am
Goon. You can do this to either or. Doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll do Goon.
let's just go. Okay, Goon 1, and kind of the way it looks is I'm like running down the road towards them, because like this is starting to happen. And I do the thing where I dump the quintessence and whisper to Sosi, and I jump, and a car just materializes around me, and it hits the ground and goes.
Nice. All right. So yeah, you go flying into these guys, and you're gonna basically just run into one of them, I'm guessing.
Yes, with a silver grill.
All right. And then go ahead and roll. I'm going to say for damage on this will be drive +2 for the added successes that you got for your 2 hit. And difficulty of 6 plus I'm gonna say 5.
Okay, so Dex plus drive
Yep. Or no, just
plus 2.
no, drive +2 plus 5. So drive +7.
Oh, okay. So that's just 10d10. 10d10. Oh, that was 1d10. 10d10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
All right. So that will be 4 unsoakable damage to number 8, or sorry, number 1. That guy's pretty fucked up already. Malakai, your turn. So you were going to be shooting.
Yeah, and I decided to just I'm going to trust my armor on this one for being shot, at least for the first run.
Or no, because both of them are just transforming. I apologize. So I know it's confusing. But yeah, both of them are just transforming.
Seeing one of the dudes get wrecked across the top of a grill, I'm going to shoot the other one twice. So I'm splitting the dice pool with 5 and 4. 5d10s greater than difficulty 6.
Yep.
Okay. First shot. Second shot. Consistency.
All right. So damage is just the base damage for the gun.
Okay. That is 6. And these are silver bullets, which I think only matter in terms of what level of damage they do. Not, it doesn't affect the actual.
Yeah, it just is unsoakable aggravated damage.
First shot for 2 successes. Second shot for, those are different rolls, 2 successes. So 4 successes total.
So 2. Yep. So 4, and this was going on Goon 1 or 2.
The was not hit by the car.
Okay, so Goon 2 has also got 4 damage on them. And then Phaedra is releasing a ton of bees onto them.
I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
It's 2 B's because I don't want it to get out of hand because I just remembered, or I grabbed my book to remember the spell. I have to roll for it, and for each success, it's 10 times the size. So if I get 2 successes, it's 20 times the size of it. So like, it depends on the successes. It does not tell me what I'm supposed to roll for, though.
Fill their venom with silver. Silver
Okay.
bees. Silver bees.
I feel like 20 times is going to end up being the size of a football, which is still terrifying.
Yeah.
Because aren't they about an inch?
Yeah, but I don't know what die I'm supposed to roll. So I'm going to leave that up to you, Josh.
Go ahead and roll Arate difficulty of 6.
Oh!
50 times its size. Two bees, 50 times its size.
So
And I'm gonna roll to make sure I aim at the car correctly. Because I'm throwing the bottle.
Phaedra, that's
Okay.
too big.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll dexterity plus athletics.
Doing the conversion right now. These bees are 27 inches long. They're over 2 feet long. It would be 50 times the size. Thought murder hornets were bad.
Well, it's just a failure, so it's just, a ways away. Or not like right on top of them. So I'm going to say that the two bees don't get to attack both of them, but I'm going to say they both attack one, and they're able to bring down the last one. Or not the last one. There's one last one left. So Goon 2 will say is the last one left. It is his turn. And he is also going to be spending all of his rage this turn, seeing that his friends have died. He is now in his werewolf Krynos form. He has the ability to take 5 extra actions. So, and I don't need to declare that yet. Phaedra, what are you doing?
Do I declare first now?
Yep, so you declare first and then you act last.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna whip out my blow dart and shoot him with this silver powder.
Okay, Malakai?
You're muted.
Was he the one that was he the one that was looking at me? And then he changed into Krynos?
Yeah, he was gonna shoot you, but he turns into Krynos instead.
Alright, this might be fatal, but I would feel better if he attacks me than anybody else in the party besides Brooklyn. And so I'm going to bait him a little bit. I just get his attention and keep it on me. That's
Remember, there's bees down there. They are not your friend.
And yeah, that's unless if I can also shoot, but
I'm sorry, what are you doing? Okay, just
shooting.
shooting.
I'm gonna walk towards him like not in an intimidating fashion, but in that I'm becoming a focal point, and I'm with my gun up in this big ass suit, and I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, solid. And Tycho?
Is this the one that I hit with my car already?
Nope.
This is the other one.
Yep.
The one that I hit with my car has now been taken down by the bees?
Yep. So you and the bees together have taken him down. You pinned him basically against the other car. And the bees have, stung his face off.
I don't know exactly where everything is, but I am going to work the drive magic and just somehow whip this car around to hit this last one with the grill.
You won't be able to hit it with the grill, but you'll be able to hit it with the car. And I'll still give you the +5 on damage, so it'll be drive plus damage once after a drive plus.
In that case, I am going to split my dice pool. I am going to do a dex drive. Let's see. So that's dex drive. The other one would be dex energy weapons. Okay, so that's only 5 dice. Okay, so 2 dice for the drive roll to try and hit it.
Yet.
No, I know.
Okay,
I'm just telling you what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to use 2 dice for the drive roll, and I'm going to use 3 dice to shoot with my laser gun.
Oh, you crazy. Okay. I like it.
And this time I'm going to take the lowered drive roll difficulty that Soci is supposed to give me.
Oh yeah, valid. All right, and then
All right.
Goon 2 gets to do his action. So his first action is going to be attacking Malakai. Malakai, you can do a dodge if you wish.
That's Dex and
Dexterity plus athletics for your dodge, and
Okay.
it takes away from your dice pool. If you and
to
it's-
shoot to shoot him.
and then is lowered in your dice pool altogether might be lowered if you have less athletics than you do.
Only slightly. So I will spend 4 dice. 4 dice dodging. That's at a 6.
Yep.
2 successes on the dodge.
All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes to hit. You take 2 away from that, which brings it to 7, which brings it to strength plus 6 plus 2, so strength plus 8.
And how does the armor get factored into that?
So we'll be bringing that up here real quick. 1 second here.
My God, you're rolling so many tens with this piece of shit.
Okay, so now you would roll. I'm going to allow you to roll because the suit will kind of be enhancing you. Even though this is aggravated damage, the suit is enhancing not just being the suit itself, but kind of biologically enhancing you as well. Be able to take the hit a little bit harder. You'll be able to use stamina plus 5. The armor is the plus 5.
Yep.
And then the stamina, normally you wouldn't be able to roll in this situation, but the suit gives you the ability to add stamina on top of that.
And I assume that I can't use any of my remaining die pool for this as well? That
This
was just
is
for dodge?
Yeah, dodge was, well, this is a whole different roll. Yeah, this is a stamina roll. So it's so you get 10 dice that you get to roll. Or, well, I don't know what your stamina is actually, but stamina plus 5.
Yep. So I rolled 9 dice and I got 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay.
So that means 3 gets through?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I get 11, 12, 13?
Yeah, you got 13.
Are those individual attacks or are that all one attack?
That is all one solid fucking punch in.
Yeah, that's 13 dice of damage.
Whew.
Yeah, technically Malakai should be like dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's 9. 9. Armor did not help. Well,
Did your armor soak anything?
no, it
Um,
did. It soaked 3. And I
So-
dodged for 2. Well, the dodge only helps with a hit. It doesn't help with the actual.
yeah, so it brought
yeah.
down the amount of dice.
So yeah, no, I soaked 4, which is still 9 damage that gets through, which is still dead.
You're dead?
Oh, you
Well,
only get 7 health levels.
I'm not gonna kill you here, but you definitely are down. I don't go with it automatically kills you when you go below incapacitated. I don't like that razor thin line between death and life. So you're basically bleeding out right now, though. So the werewolf did come up and just like grab you, like in the gut with his claws, went right through the armor, right into your gut, and is just twisted into you and kind of throws you to the ground a little bit. Tycho, you get to hit him with your car.
Right, yeah. So that's
Dex plus, I'm gonna do Dex plus drive in this situation.
well, okay, so I was this was the explanation from before. My dice pool is 5 for shooting and driving. So I'm using, I think it was 3 for the drive. No, 2 for the drive and 3 for the shot.
Okay.
Does anybody remember?
All
right, 2 for the drive.
It was 2 for the drive, and then the rest for the shoot.
Yeah. Oh god. Well, the car still hits.
Okay, so do the car hit first, which will be drive +5, +1 in this instance. So drive +6.
This is 9. Slash R. That's pretty fucking good.
1, 2, 3. So I soaked 3, and you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You did 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 dice or 8 damage, and I soaked 3 of that, which is 5. But I'm still incapacitated.
Sweet.
I'm not completely out, though. I mean, werewolves, heal very quickly. So the damage that you did on this is just lethal, not aggravated damage. So it could get back up pretty quickly here. The other one could also get up, but I'm gonna say the bees kind of are like keeping them down right now, because we're kind of getting to the end here. But
it's 10
Phaedra,
o'clock.
really quick before we end here, Phaedra, if you want to, you can try and save Malakai from dying by giving me an Arate roll, difficulty of 6.
Okay. Can I also use my band-aids that like heal one level of damage?
Yeah, I'll say that that's just an added extra. You'll add a extra health level of above whatever you're healing here.
Okay, so what do you want me to roll? Arte
Arate,
or?
difficulty of 6.
And then I get to roll one more?
Just Arate, difficulty of 6.
Difficulty 6.
And then you get 1 automatic success from the item.
Oh, sweet. So 3.
All right, so 3. So Malakai, with the over damage that you have, if you take 3 off, what does that put you at?
Incapacitated.
All
1,
right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, it takes me to crippled, actually.
Oh, look at that. You're not even incapacitated. So she gets to you, kind of patches you up, starts applying, like, special, like, keep your innards in, and you're at a -5 for all of your actions. But you are okay, and you see that Brooklyn comes back with the head of the other one.
Sweet. The one that's
I'm gonna-
incapacitated, I'm just pumping him full of narcotics. I want to keep him comatose.
Oh no, we're destroying these things.
Brooklyn just walks up and smashes its head as you do that.
Yeah.
I
get
But
I
he'll
get
let you
out of
keep
the
the
car.
body after that.
Okay.
They would revert to their breed form.
Werewolves.
Oh, they're all metis?
Yep.
Ugh, disgusting.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get out of the car and just like, if there's not one in the middle of the road already, I'll drag one into the middle of the road and I'll just pat Sosie on top of the top of the car, and she'll just go back and forth, just running over it. So it's just road meat.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
And you call me weird.
Hey, my car hates black spiral dancers.
Yeah, but you're just fucking up
There's
my
nothing
specimen.
weird. There's nothing weird about that.
Right. You
All
guys
right.
could still use the DNA somehow.
All right, Caern saved.
Caern saved. You guys make it back without a problem. Brooklyn says he'll stick around here and handle things. And now there's a side story that has been created called Brooklyn and the Lake of Colorado. Yeah, Colorado Lake. Yeah. Anyways. All right, thanks guys, and we will wrap that on up here, and you all have a great night.
Good night, peeps.
Oh,
Peepettes.
5 experience for you all for playing tonight. That was fun.
Did you say 5?
Yeah.
5 experience because you guys went and did a heroic deed.
Yay.
Was
Good
it
night,
heroic?
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Black spiral dancers are
the
evil.
the way we went about it. Okay.
Yeah, it was rushed.
If I'm being honest, Malakai did his job. He didn't have one of you guys get hit with that barrage of claw attacks.
He did. If that would have hit me, I'd be dead.
Yeah, no, that was heroic as fuck. Like, yeah, putting yourself in front of a werewolf that's about to take 5 actions, because if he didn't not take that, that would have been, yeah.
Well, I was gonna kill him in the next action if I can hit with a damn pistol. But
yes.
because I had the silver bullets, I was actually gonna chuck the pistol out towards Tycho, but he had Sosi, so he had that covered. It didn't need it.
Yeah, I thought it would be just a fun little fight there at the end, and yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Good.
Bye, everybody.